Welcome back. This is part two. So now I'll be talking about the new books. First off, Superman number 41. Hard to. I really don't know what to think about this issue. Um, because things sort of happened, and it happened fast. Um, you it starts off with Clark receiving a tip from an anonymous source. Um, So he and Jimmy go to this sort of warehouse where there's this guy dealing weapons. In fact, there's a big, dangerous weapons being shipped around the streets. You know, and Clark actually stops the dealer, which turned out to be a senator by the name of Norval, which is actually a reference to a character that showed up way back in 1938 in Action Comics number 2. But, this guy is actually called Leland Norval. I think the original character had a different first name. But again, no, he was a weapons dealer manufacturer. Then this. So, with what Clark learned and what Lewis later informed, they wrote this whole expose. The politician got arrested, and then this guy, and I think this must have happened for a few days since the opening scenes. Then this guy, this mystery uh, person, contacts Tucker again, texts him, uh, tells him that there's a woman that will be coming to see him, that he should turn her in to the proper authorities because she's nuts. It's not true. Superman ends up saving her by not by being some guys from the FBI show up, which they aren't really FBI. Clark rescues her, and but this time not as Superman, but actually wearing some sort of like ninja suit, stops them, and ends up everybody ends up getting shot at, and something happens to Clark, but we don't know what. Uh, that's pretty much the whole issue. So it was entertaining. I mean, I like the little nod to you know action number two, uh, the early golden age character. But I guess I really don't know what to think because things just happen way too fast. Even in the most compressed stories, um, there's some sort of transition. That's why they had a lot of options back in the day just to move things along. Naturally, it just sort of happened. So it was okay. The art, John Romita Jr. Uh, and Jansen inking, like the coloring. Um, yeah, it was so. Next up, Aquaman 41. So Aquaman is on the run from Atlantis. Uh, I like the story. We get sorry, we get some flashbacks to what brought Aquaman to being, this, you know, branded an enemy of Atlantis, and why um, led Mira to be mad at him. Um, So we learned that there's this sort of other dimensional creatures creeping into our own dimension. But as it turns out, uh, and we learn at the end is that Aquaman is actually helping these people. So it's actually hurting Atlantis and the world as well, as these worlds keep opening up, not just beneath the water, but now on the surface world as well. Sort of like this sort of black inky stuff. Uh, so we don't really know who these people are, but they show up at the end. We see them at the end, and while he's helping these people, he's actually hurting his own world. And yeah, there's a reason why Mira is mad, and especially because earlier Aquaman said he was going to protect Atlantis even if he had to kill these people, but he hasn't. So there's a lot at stake, and well, we'll see where it goes. Flash 41. So the Professor Zoom story begins, and he's a pretty scary guy. There are connections we learned that between Henry Allen and the Professor, um, Professor Zoom. Byra calls him the Professor. Uh, he might be the one that's responsible for Barry's mom's death, which is now a surprise because, and not so much because of the show, but because this was established pre New 52, pre Flashpoint by Jeff Johns, which the show picked up. So they really haven't met yet. So Henry Allen is pretty pissed off about the Professor Zoom threatening Barry. So he actually, with a few metas, actually plans a break. So Henry Allen breaks out of prison, and we really don't know where he's gonna go. I mean, I loved it. I love it. I love this because it's unpredictable. Uh, so it's much more. It's focusing more on uh, on uh, on Barry's dad. There's a mysterious connection between him and the Professor Zoom. So just very complex. Sorry about the there. So there are pretty complex situations. So it's getting interesting. Finally, Teen Titans number 9. So we continue with the Superboy storyline that started. It was in the last annual. Superboy is accused of killing a whole bunch of people. Turns out they were Durlans. The world doesn't know it. So everybody's after him. Wonder Girl and the new Power Girl uh, are no longer part of the Titans. Uh, they're actually working for the new team that Straw Labs put together. Kid Flash returns, so that's a point that hasn't really been addressed as to how he returned and when how he returned to the present. The last time we saw him, he was in prison in the future. So and now he's back. So we don't know that. So I hope we got a little clearing up on that point. Um, so again, the Titans are hanging Superboy. Uh, while the rest of the team is sort of hanging out, sightseeing and whatnot in Chicago. Uh, so there's this moment where there's this crowd and around the Titans, around Bunker and Raven and Beast Boy. Um, and this girl falls off a bridge, falls off a bridge or falls into the train tracks or something. Can't remember. But she falls, and Superboy comes to her rescue, and that tips off the people at Star Labs, and so the team goes out. The Star Labs team goes out. They locate where they're hiding, and we get this confrontation between Wonder Girl and the rest of the Titans. Um, so again, it's the same team in this book. Will Pfeiffer and Kenneth Rocafort. So pretty cool. I'm actually liking the Titans a lot more than. I mean, I like the Lobdell run to a degree, but this new take, which is much more youth oriented. There's still celebrities. These kids just crowded, Raven because they're like huge fans of hers. Um, and they're willing to but at the same time all those people are really affecting Raven because she's an empath. So yeah, I'm really enjoying this book. So that's it for the reviews. My quick thoughts on these 2 weeks of books. um, so hopefully, and I will do a video as soon as I get my books. I hope that there aren't delays at night at the shop, this coming week, because I get those books from that store. So I hope they have no problem. Or, you know, yeah. So I'm just rambling here. So now I will officially sign off, as I always do, telling everyone to keep smiling.